Hey everyone, it's Stacy from My Petite Garden. Thank you so much for stopping by. So today I just wanted to take a little bit of time and chat with you guys about some of my May/late spring plant updates and plant favorites. Just might as well put everything together into one video. So it's just going to be a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Mostly just giving you guys some plant updates and showing you guys what's growing well right now, rounding up the month of May. And if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe, give me a like, or leave me a comment. I love hearing from you guys. And if you want more frequent content, you can follow me on my Instagram at mypetitegarden. So let's get started. So the first plant that I wanted to share is my Monstera albo. I don't think I've ever featured this plant on my YouTube before. And I think part of the reason was because there was a time period where I just wasn't sure if I wanted to keep this plant. I think, wanted to sell it, and I'm glad I stuck with it because it definitely has grown on me. And it is just beautiful now. You can see some of the bottom leaves here. These are the older leaves. And this leaf here had a lot of white on it, so I ended up having to chop off some of the parts here because it was browning, which is very typical. And there's a whole bunch of more smaller leaves, and then it started sizing up. And the variegation on this specimen is just gorgeous. Look how big that leaf is, this one. Then we have this one here, and then this leaf here has some mid-rib fenestration, which, wow, I was really pleasantly surprised with this. And it has really sized up, this leaf, and it's just absolutely stunning. And then this leaf here is the newest leaf that came out. Let me show you guys. It also has mid-rib fenestration. And I'm just hoping and crossing my fingers that I will not have any more like fully white or mostly white leaves, because I feel like it does eventually melt and will end up looking pretty unsightly like this. So yep, this is her. Just wanted to share that with you guys. Alright, the next plant is my rickrack cactus, or zigzag cactus. Oh my goodness, look at this plant. So I think I shared a photo of this plant when I first got it on my Instagram stories. I got it from Trader Joe's for I think $10, and I'll put a picture up. I think I have a photo of it when I first got it. I did not realize how much it grew until I went back and saw the photo, because I was like, it's doing good, but I don't think it grew that much. And then I realized how big it grew, and look at the tiny pot it's in. So I actually never knew I would like this plant as much as I do now. And I think anytime a plant does well for you, you tend to like it a little more, right? So I think at some point I do want to propagate it, because I want like a little piece of it like this in a tiny little pot. I think it's so cute. I've seen some pictures of people doing that with their little propagations of this plant in their little terracotta pots, and I think it's so adorable, especially like this piece right here. Look how cute that would be. I don't know when I'm going to do that yet, but I think it'll definitely happen at some point. And I think I do need to repot this at some point. I just don't know when yet, because I did read that it does like to be pot bound. Okay, so I'm going to put that down. The next plant I have here is my Dischidia tansuensis. This was a very difficult one for me. I think I restarted this plant multiple times, and it's finally, like grown to a decent size. I still think that it is not 100% happy, but I think this is the most progress it's made since I've had it. So I figured I'd just share it now before it declines, because I don't know, it's a pretty iffy plant for me. So sometimes it does well, sometimes it doesn't. So I thought I'd share this with you guys now. So what makes this Discadia so appealing to me is that the leaves has this little dimple in the middle, and it's almost as if it's like a little heart. It's like a really round heart. I definitely wouldn't say that this is an easy plant by any means, at least for myself to grow, and Discadias usually don't give me a hard time. So I have this growing in just a plastic cup in tree fern fiber. It's nothing but tree fern fiber mixed with some perlite. This is the root system. It's pretty significant, but I think at some point I really need to repot it, because I don't think I want to have it just growing in tree fern fiber forever, and it's definitely going to be lacking nutrients and things like that. So this is my Discadia tonsuensis. Alright, so here is the next plant. This is my Cissus. What is this? Cissus quadrangularis? This is actually a pot of propagations that I did a while back, because this plant for some reason just keeps getting mealy bugs. So I just got really annoyed with it, and then I just decided to chop it off and just start fresh and pick out the pieces that didn't have any mealies and just stick it into water and propagate it. And then once it propagated, I potted them all up, so it is a pretty full pot of them. And it is pretty large now. I have these trailing parts of it. So this is a very, very unique one. I really like the growth structure. Yeah, I just really love the way this plant grows and looks. Give you guys a close up. I have another Cissus called Adeyana, I think. If I have the name wrong, I'll put it on the screen. That I'll show you guys next. That is very similar to this, but is different. So it is actually something that I just came across at a plant nursery here locally, and I was like, hey, that looks like a quadrangularis, but slightly different. So let me go grab that, and then I can compare the two with you guys. So this is the other quadrangular Cissus. Okay, can you see the segments on this? So this is the Cissus Adeyana. Again, I'll put the name on the screen because I don't remember it correctly right now. And here is the quadrangularis. Oh my god, this is so hard to show you guys. Do you see the difference? When you put them side by side, you can definitely see the difference. So they are definitely different, but same. Okay, I'm gonna put them next to each other. So you can see here the segments of the Cissus Adeyana are not as indented. So it has this like kind of stripe down here. Whereas the quadrangularis, you'll see it doesn't have that, and it's like more indented, the segments. Yeah. So that is the difference. Okay, so the next little plant that I wanted to share with you guys is this one here. This is my little, I believe it's a Caldex called Phocia edulis. It is a Caudex type plant, and mine is just a wee little thing. There's a little Caudex here, and it's putting out all these leaves now. So when I first got this plant, it was just a little Caudex. There were no leaves. So I think I have a photo of it when the leaves are first emerging after dormancy. So it's so cute. This one here is a Ripsalis. Whoa, look at how wild it is growing. This is my Ripsalis. Oh man. No, don't remember the name. I'll have to put it on the screen because I can't remember these Ripsalis names, and they all look similar in some way. So I'll put the name on the screen. Look how wild it's growing. I love it. It's just absolutely crazy, and I love it. And this is what I love about Ripsalis so much, because they literally grow wild. Like, it's hard to predict how they're gonna grow, like, and it's so fun. They're just so fun. So yeah, that is this guy. I need to water it actually. So the segments are always so cute. So it's like more little strands growing from the one little strand. So it's constantly like splaying like that. And then the next one is another Ripsalis as well. This one is a wee little thing because it is a propagation, and it's a propagation that I struggle with. So this is that. This is a Ripsalis elongata. At least that's what it was sold to me as. It's really hard to tell with these. There's so many types of Ripsalis that look very similar. And until it blooms, it's really hard to tell. And this guy obviously hasn't bloomed for me. So this is a little propagation that I took from, well, I don't know. I guess, yeah, it is a propagation from the mother plant because the mother plant wasn't doing well. So I kind of chopped it back throughout the base because I think something was wrong with it. So I then just propagated all of these little cuttings I did, and it was not growing. It had roots, but it was not growing at all. For the longest time, I think I've had these cuttings for at least 3-4 years. It just wasn't growing. So now it is. This spring, this past few months, it started growing, and it looks so cute now. It was cute before. I think I have a photo. For me, it's not a fast grower. I think it's because I'm not giving it enough light, so I might move it around. I've learned that I need to move my plants around sometimes depending on the season and how the light moves in my home. So like for example, this one now I need to move it to another spot because I had it in a spot where it was getting decent sunlight when it was early spring, but now that the sun has shifted, it's not getting as much light. It's just something I've learned along the way, that sometimes you do need to move your plants around so that they're getting enough light. Okay, so this is guys, super cute. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else, but I think, no, I do have one more plant. Hold on. This plant I've been wanting to include in a video forever, but I keep forgetting to include it every time I'm filming something. Here she is. This is my Scindapsus pictus exotica. She is not like hard to get or any rare plant. It's not. It's a very common plant, but I love her. She does so well in her little spot, and the leaves are just getting ginormous. I'm going to show you guys my hand. And these this is one of the newer leaves. It hasn't even hardened off yet. I did not know it was gonna get this big. This is huge. So I am so happy. This is another new leaf. Skin dapses don't particularly do well for me. So this guy I actually have by my east window, but it's one that doesn't get too much light. It's just filtered morning sun. So I had to make sure I remember to include this guy. So it's trailing very nicely. I just can't believe the size of the leaves. For me, this is incredible for me. For some of you guys, maybe you're like, oh, it's nothing special, but I'm very proud of her. Alright guys, so that will be it for this video. I hope you guys have fun chatting along with me, going through some of my plants, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!